Hello, hello, my friends. Welcome in. Thank you for joining me tonight. Shed some light on the subject so you can see me. Hello, Miss Angela and Miss Deborah. I hope you enjoy your time with your daughter. Miss Sally, how are you? Welcome in. Oh, Miss Angela, I'm so sorry that happened, sweetheart. That would that would be my luck, though. I'm very forgetful, and it's very easy for me to lose the list that I've been writing. Hello, Miss Kimberly. Welcome in. Working on her granddaughter's dress. Oh, that's awesome. She's gonna try to get it done before the great granddaughter can wear it. That's well, at least you've got an achievable goal, Kimberly. Hello, Miss Mary. Welcome in. How have you guys been? How was your week? How was your weekend? Did you do anything exciting? Work on anything wonderful? I got a little bit of sun. Um, you might be able to tell. Well, hello, Sam. Welcome in. 10:30 in the morning. I hope that you have a fabulous day today. Hello, Miss Karen. Welcome in. I haven't gotten any crochet done since I last seen you guys. I haven't even pulled out what I said I was going to pull out for my tank top. The king has been home since Friday, so I have been out and about and doing all the things because when he's home, when he's not doing his schoolwork, that's when we go and do all of our shopping and all the running around and whatnot because I can leave the house by myself. I just most of the time choose not to. I'm just more comfortable when he is with me. Oh, I am barbecued. Yes, yes. Unfortunately, I am not only allergic to the sun, so I burn pretty badly, pretty easily, um, but I'm also allergic to every suntan lotion I have ever tried. Either I break out from it or it dries me out so bad that I feel like I'm going to scratch my skin off. So, yes, I don't go out in the sun very often. This was literally only just a couple hours of bike riding, maybe 3 hours or so. Yesterday, we got on the bike and took a little bit of a trip. I didn't think I have some sleeves to wear. Totally didn't think anything about it because, well, we haven't been out in the sun in quite a while. The king's been so busy. Well, we took a ride and we found a restaurant to have some lunch at. It was not a good restaurant whatsoever. The service and the food sucked. But then, with a little bit of Google searching, what was in the area, the king actually found a gold mine, a historic gold mine here in South Carolina that was literally like seconds down the road from where we ate. We went and explored that. We were the only people there, so we could ask all the questions. It was a little old man there that was taking care of the historic site, and he took us up into where the mine was, where it was had a couple different holes. There was a shaft going through there. We couldn't go into the tunnels because it had been raining so much lately that, well, yeah, we would have been covered in mud. Uh, but we did get to do a little panning. We didn't actually pan for gold. We had the option to do so, but I had fun. I dug out some crystals out of some dirt and whatnot. That was fun. But For us, it was really learning about the historical significance of this gold mine. It was one of the first in South Carolina, and I think they struck gold in 1830 something or 40 something. My memory's horrible, but it was really really neat to see and hear all about what happened in that area. Um, it was just really interesting. So we enjoyed doing that, and then we had a nice ride back home and got some dinner. Once we got home, well, I made some dinner rolls and some pulled pork, so we had that. It was amazing. I made my very first dinner rolls. They were awesome. I'm very very excited that that turned out. Let's see. Miss Karen says she made a scatter rug from large loopy yarn, a big ball of acrylic. Ants, ants. Huh. For the after sun care, all I use is aloe vera. Generally, I have a couple plants out in my sunroom. I just go break a piece off and use the aloe directly from the plant. Oh, that sounds wonderful, Miss Kimberly. I'm glad that you got to have time and had a good time with your son. Hello, Mr. Zach. How are you? Welcome in. Yep. Yeah, it was right here. It was in McCormick, South Carolina. Just a little blink and you'll miss it kind of town out in the middle of absolutely nowhere. But it was really cool. He said we were actually the first people that had come all day, so he had been out there quite lonely and looking to tell people about the gold mine in the area. So it was really neat. Yeah, aloe vera is wonderful for sunburns and for cuts, and yeah, it's good stuff. Well, hopefully you heal up, Miss Kimberly, very very quickly. This will stop hurting by tomorrow for me generally. Thankfully, I do heal very quickly. In that aspect, it generally only bothers me for a day or two. But I made a bunch more sun catchers. That was a lot of fun. I have a few more I can make yet. And I'm in the middle of doing my nails, so I have no nails right now. I decided that I'm done going to the nail salon and paying them to mess up my nails. So I'm just going to do them myself. It takes a lot more time, but because Liz refuses to move to South Carolina. I keep telling her she comes here, I could do her nails, she can do my nails, it'd be perfect. But I have put together the prize pack for our lives. So I thought that I would show you guys that. First, we have a yarn from Stitch Studio by Nicole. Now, this was bought when AC Moore was going out of business. So, I've had it for a while, and I just have never come up with the right project for it. So, I thought, you know what? Let me offer it to someone else that might be able to come up with an amazing project for it. I think this is something that if it's a 3-weight yarn, and I think like if you use like a 6 millimeter hook or maybe like a 6.5 and did a shawl with it, it would be absolutely amazing because it's got a wonderful texture to it. And I think if it had room to breathe in the stitches, it would look amazing. But of course, when you win it, you do with it what you please. It is a lightweight number 3. It's machine wash on warm, dry, flat. Do not bleach, do not iron. I would not machine wash this, but that's, to each their own. It's 45% acrylic, 45% polyester, and 10% wool. 492 yards or 449 meters, and it's 150 grams or 5 ounces. Now, if you win and you're allergic to wool, I will exchange it for something else. Don't worry, not a problem, because I do know that some people can't handle wool even when it's just 10%. And welcome in Miss Jennifer and Terry. Welcome in. Miss Denise Lee, welcome in. There we go. And then, on top of that, when I finished making the sun catchers, I chose one to keep, and I had the king choose one to keep, and the rest of them will be going to you guys. This is the one I chose for this pack. It has a beautiful hummingbird and a butterfly up here, and another little butterfly right here, and then beautiful gem at the bottom. And these are natural stones. And then we have a cake cozy. Now this one will fit on 100-gram cake. So any of your like your LYS yarn, your hand dyed yarn that you cake up, this is great for that. It's Dinosaurs in Space. Miss Mel from Lithalia's Little Hook, I know you guys know who she is, sent me this fabric because she wanted some cake cozies made. After I made hers, I used the fabric to make up a bunch more, and now we're sharing it with friends. And then we have a larger cake cozy. Now this one here, you could definitely, once you've caked this one up, would go in here. Oh, Miss Sally says we got an ad. It shouldn't be. We just started. Sorry about that. But this one will also fit like your mandala cakes or your smaller, about 150-gram cakes, up to 200 grams. And for the spooky season, we have a hook and needle bag. Most people use these as small project bags, but they were originally designed to be for hooks and needles, and this one is a zipper top with a pretty, it's not actually blue, it's an aqua color. Yes, dear. You goofball. Oh, Miss Terry's doing a dress. That's awesome. And then we have a takeout bag. He is such a goof. This takeout bag, it will fit like your 100-gram cake plus a 50-gram cake, or a mandala would fit in here. You button it all up and you can crochet directly out of the bag or knit. And it's got a nice little hand strap. I designed, oh, goodness, that button stuck. I designed these bags so that, like, when I'm out and about, right? When I'm out and about walking, I can work on a project and I don't have to worry about dropping my bag. So that's what's in the pack for this month thus far. And we've added a few to the collection now. I think these ones here are the ones I had made before. So you've seen those in a video already. And then now I have all of these beauties. So eventually, all of these will be offered to you guys. Hopefully you will like them. And they'll add some pretty light to your house or wherever you decide to hang them at. They're a lot of fun to make too. And it really don't take that much time, especially since they give you a little ring that helps you close the jump rings, which is awesome. Hello, Miss Cynthia. Nugs, my friend. And for anybody that is not familiar with Miss Cynthia or the term nugs, it's just a great big hug around the neck. When we're at Cynthia's house, we always give each other a great big nug. And I have been lucky enough to have one in real life. Oh, thank you, Miss Jennifer. Yes, it's been busy, busy, busy around here. I just haven't actually gotten anything done. My luck, it would cost. Yes, the dot on the floor. that yeah, they might. Well, if you have kitties, then they might get a good workout just from that sunlight. Popping through that little gym. Yes, Miss Cynthia is a wonderful, wonderful lady. So if you guys don't know her yet, you really should. She's awesome. But I spun with Crystal on Friday. I finished half of the spin and I started the other half while live with her. This one is working up nice and thin. So if the other half works up about the same, it'll be roughly a 2-weight yarn when finished, based on previous yarns that I've spun like that. Oh, yeah, 200-pound St. Bernard tromping through the house chasing dots could probably be a problem. Definitely, for sure. I was going to go ahead and oh, that thing didn't start, did it? I don't know. Well, the goal won't start tonight. That's what I was trying to do. Let's see. Miss Terry got one, and Miss Rebecca McCauley, Vaughn Lee, Crystal the Yarny Chicken, and Mandy Longbind. Congratulations, my friends, and welcome to the crew. There we go. Oh yes. Well, I don't have. Well, yeah, I don't have Nightbot. I know it makes me different from the crowd, but I am not a fan of Nightbot at all. Oh my goodness. So St. Bernard's afraid of the cats. That's funny. Oh, that's just too funny, Miss Kimberly. That great big dog could swallow those kitties in one chomp, and he's afraid of them. Miss Cynthia says, "Congratulations, new members." Yes, yes, congratulations. So I finally got everything set up for the party on the 3rd, but it'll start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, yeah, it's like an elephant being afraid of a mouse. It's still a crazy thing, though. Again, they could just go boop, and mouse is gone. Oh, that's too funny, Kimberly. Coco and Khaleesi and Sassy will battle each other every once in a while, but it's very like sisters, you know. It's never like an aggressive. Oh no, sorry that you didn't get a notification, but welcome in, Miss Rainey. It's great to see you. But I can't remember what I was talking about. Anyways, the party will be at 7 p.m. on the 3rd of September. So I hope that you all will be able to come by and say hello, hopefully win a little something. I've got quite a few little gifts going out personally. And if anybody wants to donate, I am not asking for donations in any way, shape, or form. But if anyone does want to donate, please do email me and let me know. So I ask that you email me so that way when I get a donation, I always put it in a specific file, right, in my emails to help me keep everything straight. And then when I get a winner, I take their information and copy and paste it directly to the person that has donated if it's not one of mine. And that way I can keep everything straight and I don't have to panic about where what is and where I have to message people at and stuff like that. So it just helps me to keep everything straight because on this side of the screen the parties get a bit crazy. Yep, September 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have lots of bags. Hopefully, the party is for my 6-year potiversary, Miss Rainey. I have been crazy enough to hit that button continuously now for the past 6 years. Well, I did take a bit of time off, but since I have come back, I have not stepped away again, and I don't plan on it. Hello, Puddin'. Welcome in. Yes, it's been a wild ride. I honestly never thought that I'd make it past 100 subscribers or really past a year of doing videos because, well, I'm socially awkward and being on video is like one of the hardest things I've ever done personally, because it's hard to put yourself out there. And I'm a nervous person and I have social anxiety, but I also didn't have any friends, and now I have loads of them. All of them are on my computer. Well, not all of them. I can see Miss Cynthia once in a while, but because both of us have such busy lives, it's hard to connect more than once in a while. I get to see Miss Deborah every now and again. Again, she has a very busy life. I have a very busy life, even though I don't leave the house very often. um, but I stay busy here on the farm and in the house and everything else. So it's hard to get out there and spend time with people as much as I would like to um, have like I don't know. Part of me wants to have like a busy social life, and the other part of me is like, no, no, not really. Um, but it's fun to have someone to go shopping with every once in a while, and so I do very much cherish the times that I get to meet up with the ladies and just sit down and have some girl time. It's wonderful, and that's what I started my YouTube journey for, because I didn't work outside the home and I don't do organized religion, and I was over 30. Now I'm over 40. Meeting new people and making new friends, when you're not a youngin' is difficult. Hello, Miss Bear. Welcome in, sweetheart. And hello, Diane. Welcome in. Thank you, Miss Michelle. I like to stay home, but I also like to do things. Like, I love to go out and go hiking and camping and fishing and stuff like that. And I would also love to have, people that I could meet up with and spin in the park or something like that. I think that would be absolutely amazing, where we're doing something social, but we don't necessarily have to be right on top of each other doing the exact same thing, you know? Or a crafters group. I think that would be awesome. Well, thank you, Puddin'. Thank you very much. And we'll go, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I have videos, but I can't play them no more. I'm going to put you in the book and see. Yes, Miss Bear. I seen that your neighbor had an awful fire last week. I'm so sorry to hear that, sweetheart. Right, Jennifer. It's like, I mean, this last week, my baby boy, and hello, Miss Sarah, welcome in. Uh, my baby boy, my eldest son, turned 27 years old. I'm like, how is that even possible? It seems like just yesterday he was a little boy, It Ooh, Miss Kimberly. I hope you do I hope you can stay well, honey. That's awful. On oxygen. I hope you get better. Yeah, health issues are no fun to deal with for sure. Your oldest turned 36 last Friday. Wow. It's just, it's like I don't feel that old. How could they possibly be that old? Though some days I do feel that old, I'll admit it. Hello, Miss Kristen. Welcome in, sweetheart. Oh, they're dirty again. Your baby's 39. She passed you up. My mom said when she turned 29, she said, I'm not getting a day over this right now. So the long running joke in our family is, you know, 29 again. She's still not 29. Now all of her daughters are over 29, but, she's still only 29. Yeah. Yeah, and we just blink and all of a sudden they're grown up and having kids of their own and their kids are grown up and it's like, ay, ay, ay. Hello, Miss Noel. Welcome in. Great to see you. 29 and holding. Yep. Yeah, 30 wasn't hard for me. 30 wasn't bad. Saying 40, that one hurt. I couldn't say it for a while. 39 and holding? Yeah, there we go. At least got out of those terrible 20s by then. Oh, that's wonderful that they were able to get out there so quickly. Yeah, house fires are it is a life-changing event. Um when I was, let's see, the 7th of January 1998, I would have been 16 on the 11th. I spent the day with my mom and we played hooky. I played hooky from school. Mom took me out for the day. We went shopping, had a mother daughter day type of deal, and came back home. Decided we were gonna watch movies. So I went upstairs, went in my closet, got out of my day clothes into pajamas for the day or for the evening, and I went back downstairs and watched TV with my mom. Well, after sitting there for a while, I was like, ew, what's that? What's that smell? And I got up and I followed the smell and I hit the light for the stairway and it wouldn't come on, which it was an older house and that light had burnt out several times, didn't think much of it. Went on upstairs and the smell was getting stronger and stronger. I went towards my bedroom. I opened my bedroom door and my cat come flying out of there. It was the strangest thing because that cat was terrified of being anywhere outside of the bedroom. He was raised in one room of the house and he didn't like going outside of that one room because of it. Well, he went flying out and I'm like, well, that's strange, but okay. And the smell was really, really bad. So I kept going. And the next thing, I put my hand on the closet door and I pushed it open. And all of a sudden, the entire closet erupted in flames. there was an electrical fire. I had a pull chain light in that closet, and when I pulled the chain to turn the light on to change my clothes, it ignited a fire in the wall. And, teenage girl had loads of jeans, um, was in that room, and that all went up. Well, we were able to we got out of the house. All of our animals got out of the house except for I had a lizard in the room. But yeah, it was crazy, crazy event. Like everything that didn't get physically burnt was so terribly smoke damaged and water damaged that we couldn't really salvage anything from the house. So my heart truly goes out to your neighbor's bear, because fire just it changes everything so fast, and there's nothing you can do about it. It was scary for sure. It was. Hello, Miss Yolanda. Welcome in, sweetheart. Yeah, yeah, the devastation it causes is just beyond words. Hopefully, luckily, most people don't ever have to deal with it. But my heart definitely goes out to everybody that does, because it's, I mean, you hate anything didn't make it, but you know, eh, if something had to unfortunately be lost, you're glad that it was only a lizard. You know, not that I'm sure that the family feels like it was only a lizard, but you know, in the scheme of things, and uh, anyways, I don't know how to properly say it. So I went over to Daddy's earlier this week because he wanted me to fix a pair of his pants. Um, Again, he had a pair that needed a button. And so I went over and picked those up for him to get them fixed up for him. And I was telling him how I'd been making bread and stuff like that. And I tell you what, his eyes got this big, and his face just lit up like a Christmas tree. So when I brought his pants back to him today, I let him know that probably tomorrow I'm going to bring him over a loaf of bread, because yeah, he just got so excited. He's like, "Oh, I remember when my grandma used to make bread," and he brought me a picture of her, and showed me, he was telling me all about his grandma and how she also did all that, canning and baking and all the wonderful stuff. So I thought, I'll make him up a loaf and bring it on over to him. I know that he would really enjoy that. But in honor of that is the word that we're going to use the word button in honor of Daddy tonight for our keyword to have a chance to get into our live draw. So if you would like a chance to get in on that, let me. Hey, where'd it go? No. There we go. If you would like a chance to get into our monthly live giveaway, type in the word button. Well, it's the simple pleasures in life, and cooking, baking, and whatnot has always been my love language. It's how I tell people that I really love them. I cook and bake for them, and when they're sitting there all fat and happy after they've had a meal, big old grin on their face because they enjoyed what they had. There's nothing that feels better than that. I think it's an awesome feeling. So if I can bake a simple loaf of bread and give him the feeling of that kind of love, it's really not hard for me to do, you know, for sure. For sure. It's the simple things in life that truly can bring so much joy, you know? Like today, I brought him over 4 cinnamon or oatmeal raisin cookies. I can't bring him a lot because he is diabetic, and he can have a little bit, or pre-diabetic, but he cannot have a bunch of it. He doesn't have a whole lot of self-control, so um, we do have to limit the sweets we allow him to have. Yes, it does. It smells so wonderful when you're baking bread. The king and I keep debating whether we want to save up a bit more and get a KitchenAid for me so that I can, make other recipes, because there are some recipes that I can't find for doing it by hand. It only gives the recipe of how to do it with the machine. Um, so that kind of sucks, but we're also been looking at a less expensive stand mixer, but we're kind of debating back and forth only because, we've had experiences in the past where we didn't want to spend the extra money to get the new thing or the name brand thing or whatever, and then ended up having to get it anyways because, the cheaper one broke. Oh, that is so awesome, Kimberly. That's the one thing when my grandma asked me what I wanted from her, when she was getting older, I never could really answer her. The only thing I ever did say is I would really love to have her recipes. Unfortunately, I didn't get them. Yeah, that's what I've been told, Kristen. And I really, really do don't want to spend the extra money if I don't have to, but at the same time, I don't want to have to buy twice. Hello, Miss Lydia. Welcome in, sweetheart. And I thought I seen you said you were in pain. I hope that passes soon, sweetie. Oh, Yolanda, that would break my heart. We actually had last year my oven went out, and we bought a new element for inside, and put that in. I baked one pizza or something. It wasn't I The element didn't even get used for like a half an hour. And I went to cook with it again, and it was broken already. So the king got me like a multi functioning countertop tool that bakes and toasts, and it even does a rotisserie chicken really, really well. Um, that's what I used for an oven while um, I waited to get a new stove. You have a KitchenAid too, Rainy? Oh my goodness, Kimberly, that's oh, my mother passed away. My brother took him and didn't even use them. That's sad. Well, I'm glad that you have them now. Hello, Mima D. Oh, Miss D, I was going to email you because we'll cross fingers that nothing happens this time. Um, but in sep no in October we are coming down to Myrtle Beach. So hopefully, if you're going to be around, we'll be able to finally do our meetup that we were supposed to do last year when the hurricane hit. There you go, Diane. You know what she thinks of your cooking if she's demanding the recipes. Oh, no, she didn't, Cynthia. Oh, that's awful. That is just so. Just because she didn't find value in them doesn't mean someone else didn't. That's horrible. Well, that's awesome, Miss Sally. Well, now you got a backup just in case it ever goes down on you again. Well, it's always wonderful when they appreciate your cooking. So let's see. We have 32 here and 19 entries. I'll give it just a little bit longer and then we'll start drawing names. Yeah, that's for sure, Miss Kimberly, for sure. Asked to see receipts and copy another hurricane glancing North Carolina coast started. Boy, oh boy. Hmm. Okay, Miss Terry, I'll have to look into that. Thank you. Oh boy. Well, I hope everybody will be okay. Yeah, it's hurricane season, so like everything is always up in the air until, right at the time you're leaving, and sometimes it can change while you're there. So, all right, we are going to start drawing. We are going to draw 5 names out of here, and what you're getting is a chance to get onto the list. So that on our first live of the new month, we will draw a winner, and that winner will take home the prize pack that I showed earlier tonight. Miss Karen. Okay. Congratulations, Miss Karen. Miss Lydia, congratulations. Miss Sally Stevens, congratulations. Two more. Arrow Lover, congratulations. And Miss Diane Major, congratulations, my friends. Just a reminder, if you have made anything with this month's stitch, if you post it on my community area or send me an email with a picture, you will automatically get added onto the list. And it doesn't have to be anything big. Like all I made this month was a couple washcloths. So, I mean, I'm in the process of making a tank top, but right now I have so much going on, I haven't had much time. Hello, Miss Bonnie. Welcome in, sweetheart. You're never late, sweetheart. You are always where you need to be when you need to be there. Miss Deborah needs some yarn. I missed that. Oh, Miss Deborah has a lot of the Schitt's Creek yarn, huh? Well, that's awesome. Yeah, Miss Bonnie's been really putting in the hours. I'm getting home till real late. Well, you go ahead and get your work done, Miss Cynthia. It is really hard to try to be all the places doing all the things when you have so much to do on your own end. Oh, a $2 sale. I always like those. That's actually how I ended up with as much stash as I had. I found a lot of like $1 clearance sales when I first started crocheting, about 7 years ago now, maybe eight. Um, and I filled up on acrylic really, really fast before I realized exactly what it was that I truly enjoy making. Now, I can make anything. Like, I can make blankets. I have made blankets. Blankets are not where my heart finds happiness. Yes, I enjoy the finished project when it's done. Yes, I enjoy the reaction to the project, but it doesn't bring me a whole lot of personal joy to work on a project that takes that long, doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. I find that I get a lot more personal fulfillment out of making wearables, or even, amigurumis I truly enjoy as well, but wearables is where my heart truly pitter patters the hardest. Um, so that's why I've been doing the stash down thing for the last 3, 4 years, something like that now. And I will continue to do it until all of this acrylic yarn is out of my house. And when I want to do a specific, project that requires acrylic yarn, I will go acquire the yarn that I need for that project. And I will have plenty of room for the yarns that are suitable for the things that I enjoy making where I live. Yeah, there's nothing better than, making a top and being able to walk out of the house just feeling, and something that you made, or, you know, my dress or any of the other dresses that I've made. I just, it makes me feel good. And even when I'm making it for, other ladies or gents, I've made, sweaters and stuff for fellas as well. Um, it's just an amazing feeling when you've completed something that they are gonna be able to wear as your art on the body. Oh, making for baby is just, oh, that's wonderful. Because those get done so super quick, and they're just absolutely adorable. And the baby looks amazing in them. The only problem with for making with for baby is the fact that they don't get to wear them very long, unless once they've gotten to like the walking stage. If you create a dress that will go on them on the walking stage, a lot of times that dress can become a shirt within in the next year or so, and then they get a little bit more wear out of them. But yeah, I've made many a baby outfits. Yeah, and the Taylor Swift dress, that was a lot of fun. And even making the little baby booties, I made baby Converses. Oh my goodness, they were so stinking adorable. My cousin's partner had their first baby. I made the baby a pink bear hat. Oh, that is so awesome. I bet the baby will look absolutely adorable in the little bear hat. Yeah, there's something special about wearing your own makes. whether it's sewn or crocheted or knitted or however you did it, there's just something special about it. Yeah, everything Miss Lisa makes is donated. She is awesome that way. I mean, she's awesome all the way around, but I think it's just so amazing how much she gives of herself for others, doing for the kids at the hospital, and especially the little ones. Doing stuff for them is so rewarding. Well, guys, I it's only been an hour, I know, but I think I'm going to run away for the night because bread takes a good 3-4 hours, so I better get started or I won't get finished until well after the sun comes up in the morning. I will for sure be back next Monday, and there's lots of videos coming out this week, I think. I think I have a few more scheduled for this week yet. If not, I will have some other ones. I did forget to record when I made the calzones this last week. So I told the king he's just going to have to suffer with having calzones again so that I can record that video for you guys. Hopefully, I will get that done this week sometime. But remember to send me pictures if you've made anything with our Stitch of the Month. If you don't know what that is, every single month we're doing a stitch at the beginning of the month. And if you make something with that, your name gets added to our list. No, I forgot. So I'm going to make some again this week, Terry, and I will get that recorded for you guys. I got halfway through making them. I had the dough completely made, and I went, "Oh, succotash." But I will for sure get that done this week. I told the king he has to suffer through calzones again, and he said that he's willing to make that sacrifice for y'all. But I hope to see you again real soon. Until next time, I love you all. Bye, my friends.